Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Mars conjunct the Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in a natal chart. They're a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them, in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, if you have Mars conjunct the Ascendant in a natal chart, the aspect may give, really an exorbitant amount of energy and vitality. And energy and vitality has a connection with Mars and the Ascendant. And, the thing is, my mother had this aspect in her natal chart. She had the conjunction in the zodiac sign Cancer, and even though the zodiac sign Cancer is not exactly known for having, robust, energy, vitality, she definitely had more than the typical, Cancer Mars Ascendant conjunction. She even told me one time that she liked really being energetic. And the thing is, it could also give, this aspect can give a tremendous amount of energy and vitality, which is Mars for new beginnings, which is the Ascendant. And the thing is, if you have, let's say, the conjunction, or let's say you have the Ascendant in Taurus, new beginnings may be done with a lot of persistence, patience, perseverance, very methodical and deliberate manner, but also, the new beginnings may be tied in. It could be with geology, carpet laying, architecture, agriculture, archaeology, doing something with banking, finance, music, or art as some examples. And you also, this aspect, you may come across, as aggressive, combative, courageous, and outspoken on which is Mars on a first impression, which is the Ascendant. Now, even if you have the conjunction, say, in a more passive sign, such as the zodiac sign Cancer or Pisces, you may still come across a little bit more quarrelsome, a little bit more combative, disputatious, and courageous, more so than the typical Cancer or Pisces Ascendant, as an example. And also, too, there also may be a strong aversion in terms of cooperating with others with this aspect. And the thing about, this is, I've known, some people that have had this aspect in their natal chart, and, naturally, the outspoken nature, and the fact that, Mars is about leadership. And I think, people that have this aspect may have certain difficulty in terms of being in a subordinate or subservient role because of that. And it's harder for them to be in that position where they're under, some person of, authority. Let's say if Mars is an Aquarius, there may be a very, freedom, independent nature, which would be a contributing factor to that difficulty in cooperating with others. And also the environment, which is the Ascendant, maybe one, that is somewhat combative, truculent, or volatile, or aggressive, and even more so, even if your Ascendant, say is in Taurus as an example, which is known to be, peaceful and tranquil, it could be a little bit more combative and, aggressive, the environment that one is in, than the typical Taurus Ascendant as an example. And there also may be a tremendous amount of enthusiasm, which is Mars, for matters pertaining to the self, which is the Ascendant, self-centered interest. And let's say if the Ascendant is in Gemini as an example, matters pertaining to the self, it could simply be things connected with communication, disseminating, assimilating information. It may be doing something with manual dexterity, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics, as some examples. And also, too, Mars-related people, may be instrumental in terms of your outlook on life, which is the Ascendant. And Mars-related people covers a number of individuals. It could be sexual partners or people that are surgeons, leaders, people in law enforcement, sports, athletics as some examples. And let's say, if the Ascendant is in Taurus, that outlook on life can be one that's very pragmatic and down to earth. Aquarius Ascendant can be an outlook that's very progressive, futuristic, and forward-moving, as another example. And there are also too, Mars conjunct the Ascendant in a natal chart may also manifest in having intense drive and motivation, which is Mars, in making a good first impression, which is the Ascendant on others. And let's say that the Ascendant is in Virgo, as an example. That good first impression, can be one, that's very scrupulous, systematic, methodical, punctual, reliable, one that's very organized, neat and clean. And another way Mars conjunct the Ascendant can be expressed in a natal chart is that there may be physical related, which is the Ascendant, because that has a connection with the physical body. There may be physical related issues connected with the head, the skull, the face, muscles, or sexual organs, which is Mars. Let's say if the conjunction is in Aquarius, or it could be those issues may be more intermittent, sporadic, erratic. They may be nerve-related. Taurus, it may be more, enduring, persistent, issues. If the conjunction is in Aries, as another example, it could be very sharp, quick, spontaneous kind of pain. And another thing, too, is that, there may be more burns and injuries, which is Mars, to the physical body, which is the Ascendant, than most other people. If you have, something, if you have, the aspect in Aries or Aquarius, it could really increase the chances of it being really something more accident related. Something that could happen very quick and more spontaneously. If it's in Capricorn, maybe it's something business related, or it might be something, by the something connected with, the burns, or injuries to the knees, the bones, the hamstrings, as some examples. Now, in some instances, Mars conjunct the Ascendant in a natal chart could be reddish hair and/or like a reddish or ruddy complexion to the face, and the physique, with this aspect with Mars conjunct the Ascendant in a natal chart may be more muscular, than otherwise indicated, because Mars is connected, with muscles. I have Mars conjunct my Sun in my natal chart, and you could say, I have, muscular build, which could be, the Taurus rising as well. But anyway, and also too, if you have Mars conjunct the Ascendant in a natal chart, another way it may manifest could be that the situation with people prominent in your early childhood and a grandparent, which is the Ascendant, may often be contentious, or at least more so, than the average person. If the conjunction is in Sagittarius, say, that may be contentious over matters pertaining to religion or philosophy or beliefs. If it's in Aquarius, it may be over, goals, aspirations, objectives. Maybe it's over some kind of unusual or eccentric behavior, as another example. And I would say this aspect too can really increase, it could increase the libido and sexual energy, because you're talking about, Mars, which is connected with sexuality, hitting the Ascendant, which is the outer self, and, This is, it could be, especially, let's say if you have it like in Scorpio or Aries, the conjunction, I would say that could give a very strong, type of, as far as, the sexual drive and energy. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying, stay well.